Minutes to 10 a.m. as we continue with the show this morning and as we head towards closure. And it's time now to go across to join Dr. Quraysha Sooliman, Professor of Political Science. And we are talking about Amnesty International. We're talking about the report on Israel and the apartheid against the people of Palestine. Dr. Quraysha Sooliman, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you, Inayat. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Jazakallah khairan so much for joining us now. Today at 2 o'clock, there is this launch at the Senate Hall, University of Pretoria, and we're talking about this report, Israel's apartheid against the people of Palestine. Just take us through this event, Quraysha.
Okay, so it was basically initiated by the Afro-Middle East Center, and the Deputy Executive Director, Zinat Adam, contacted me and said that, can we do this as a joint collaboration together with Amnesty International, because it would be ideal to have it in a academic venue. The Zionists are very good at always labeling us as biased and saying we're anti-Semitic, etc. So we thought perhaps an academic setting would then, be the best way to go forward. So alhamdulillah, we got tremendous support from the university administration, and we were able to put it together. And so the entire event will take place this afternoon at 2 o'clock at the Senate Hall, and I do believe Salam Media will be streaming it, and it will also go on other platforms. The focus here is the special guest or the keynote speaker is Saleh Hijazi, who heads the Amnesty International office in Jerusalem, and he will be doing the keynote speech, and thereafter we will have an engaged discussion with the ex-minister Ronnie Kasrils, and with Zain Dango, who is an advisor to Naledi Pandor, who's the Minister of International Relations. And of course, this is also in the context of the role of the AU. The AU has given Israel observer status, and this was unilaterally done. And of course, there was objection by some African states, and the vote has now been postponed to next year. But in the meanwhile, the fact that Israel was given this, unilateral this position, and it has not been put to a vote, means that if the decision stays. So Israel is still has that position right now at the African Union, and this is really problematic, considering that Africa is fully aware of what apartheid is all about, and also about domination and racial segregation.
Yes, and also when one looks at this report by Amnesty International, it's quite a damning report on Israel, on the Zionist entity, and looking at it, on an academic level, in terms of unpacking this report and what is contained in this report, this is extremely important, and this is the reason why this is so relevant. Having people like Saleh Hijazi present, having people like also people from government, people like Ronnie Kasrils and others as well, Quraysha.
Well, definitely. You see, we have to show that this is, again, we have the same old problem year in and year out, where they say that this is a religious thing, it's an Islamic thing, that it's a religious war, and that, the Palestinians themselves are terrorists, etc. And so you have to show that there's more to this particular issue than what has been presented, right? The way in which, let me rather put it this way, the way in which the sound bites are put out in the mainstream media by the oligarchs that are controlled by the Zionist movement. So when different people from different spheres, different institutions, and also different academics come together, and now we have academics, we have human rights institutions, and the human rights institutions, alhamdulillah, the bodies that are coming to this decision, the momentum is growing, and you can see there's an increased understanding also based largely through social media, the changes that social media is forcing upon the mainstream media, to recognize that this is more than a religious conflict. And yes, when we have ex-ministers like Ronnie Kasrils speaking out, and we have an accountable public that holds your government to account, which fosters more democratic engagement, that also is very good, because if South Africans would pressure the South African government to recognize that this is a problem at the AU, the South African government then has to take some action later on when it meets at the AU.
Yes. Now, just for people wanting to attend, what do they need to do, Quraysha?
Okay, so unfortunately, the seating has been taken up because of COVID restrictions. The university still follows the COVID protocol, and so we limited in terms of capacity physical presence. But if you want to attend online, then they can just drop Zenit an email, and it's zenit@emac.org.za, and she can then later on send to them the their online where they get the link for the online so that they can participate.
Yes, and that's at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Quraysha, Jazakallah khairan so much for that update, and we trust and hope that a lot of value will come out of this event, and more importantly, in terms of what is going to come out and what is going to be unpacked at the event. So for that, Jazakallah for your time with us this morning. We wish you well, inshallah, and Allah keep you safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khairan wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dr. Quraysha Sooliman joining us this morning, just providing us with an insight as to the event, and this is the South African launch, Israel Apartheid Against Palestinians, the Amnesty International report, the keynote address, Saleh Hijazi, head of office in Amnesty International in Jerusalem. Other panelists will include people like Minister Ronnie Kestrels. It will be moderated by Zenit Adam of AMAC, and you can drop Zenit an email on Zenit, ZEENAT, at amec.org.za to get the link, and you will be able to watch this launch online. And just a reminder to you once again that Salam Media will be covering this event live this afternoon, and that is taking place at 2 p.m. at the Senate Hall at the University of Pretoria. And with that, we are heading towards the end of this morning's broadcast. We're heading towards closure, and also just another reminder, tomorrow, the march that is taking place at the Indian Consul General out in Johannesburg in Parktown area, and that is taking place from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, inshallah. And with that, the time is just gone 10 a.m. I'm going to be signing off once again. It's been wonderful in being in the company of the listeners at Salam Media on the various platforms, and also One Nation 88.9 FM. Until we meet tomorrow, for myself and the team, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.